We've all seen images like this. It's AI-ish. It's fine, but it's also forgettable. This is what happens when you treat AI like a fast food menu. You'll probably get what you ordered, but you also probably won't be fully satisfied. Today, I'm going to show you how to move from being an average AI user to a prompt engineer. We're going to stop guessing what keywords work, and instead, we're going to have AI tell us what it needs to create a masterpiece. Working with AI can be frustrating at times. We know what we want to achieve, but it can be difficult to tell AI what we're looking for in a way that it understands. Communicating effectively with AI is also known as prompt engineering. In other words, what inputs do models need to give us useful outputs? Let's talk about meta prompting, or asking a model to generate a prompt for you. In this demo, I'm going to start with image generation because it's much easier to tell the difference between one image and another versus long text outputs. And quite frankly, it's much more pretty on screen. But towards the end of this video, I'll show how this also applies to practical business use cases. Let's go ahead and submit our very basic image prompt. Generate an image of a data analyst working in an office. Let's see what Gemini and Nano Banana do with this. I'm almost positive that what we're going to get is someone working very hard at a desk with two monitors in front of them, charts on one side, code on another, and probably a coffee cup in front of them. That stock photo image of a data analyst. And there we go. We have the monitors, we have the charts, we have the code, we have a cup of coffee, and we also have a notepad. This person's wearing a name tag, so maybe it's their first day. But what if we want a more stylistic image, right? This is where things get difficult for me because I'm not an artist. Maybe we want something in the style of Van Gogh's Starry Night, the image you see on screen now. I could enter this prompt here, a data analyst working in an office in the style of Starry Night. And what I expect to see here is that same image, but now we'll have blues and yellows and swirling lines all over that poor data analyst who's just trying to do their job. And there we go. We see Van Gogh's signature halos of light, those blues and those yellows, and those swooping lines. This is pretty cool, but what if we want to modify the underlying style? This is where meta prompting comes into play. If you're an expert painter or an art buff, you might understand the technical terms behind Van Gogh's style and be able to craft a prompt that clearly communicates exactly how you want to modify this image. But I have no clue other than maybe swirling light or change blue to green. But let's ask Gemini to deconstruct the style so we can modify it as we want. So my next prompt is going to be deconstruct Van Gogh's Starry Night and give me a meta prompt that allows me to tweak and apply this style to a generic range of subjects and settings. Do not reference Van Gogh, the title, or a particular style in the meta prompt. I'm going to switch to thinking just because I really want it to make sure it's giving me an effective meta prompt. And the response is to deconstruct the visual language of that iconic masterpiece without using its name or the artist. We have to look at the mechanical and atmospheric components, which is exactly what we want. The impasto texture, the rhythmic flow of lines, and high contrast luminescence of the color palette. So we have brushwork. These are short, thick individual strokes that follow the form of the subject. The movement, every element is caught in a rhythmic undulating flow. Straight lines are replaced with curves and spirals. We have luminosity. This light is not static. It radiates in concentric halos. And we also have color theory, the contrast of those dark blues with those yellows and oranges. But at the end of this, we get our meta prompt. So we can do subject or setting, rendered with heavy rhythmic impasto texture, and the rest of that style. So Gemini even asks us if we want to render something else, but I want to modify the underlying DNA of the image. So I'm still going to do a data analyst working in an office, but I'm going to change the color palette to start. So instead of deep ultramarine, I'll go ahead and say green. Instead of cobalt, I'll say yellow. And instead of midnight blues, I'm going to say red. Our glowing halos are going to be purple and, I don't know, silver. Every surface should appear to vibrate with undulating curvilinear lines. I'm just going to say linear lines to get rid of some of those swoops. And I'm going to say concentric rectangles of energy instead of circles. So let's see how much we can change the image by manipulating what was given to us in this meta prompt. And I just did that at random, so I really have no idea what to expect. All right, so this is a pretty big departure from Van Gogh's style, but we still do see his DNA in here. So we're manipulating some of the underlying elements while keeping some of those stylistic themes. And of course, if I was better at art, I could probably manipulate this even further. But let's go ahead and do one last prompt for image generation. I'm going to say, give me a meta prompt, not an image, that really bends the original palette and style to its limit while still looking Van Gogh. Do not load Nano Banana. I added that because sometimes it just jumps straight to image generation. This is called the kinetic distortion meta prompt. So this is going to be reimagined as a turbulent field of high relief structural energy. We also get the inputs for color A, color B, punctuated by contrast color. So we switched swirls to vortices, halos to explosions, and saturated to jarring and high frequency. So this will look quite a bit different. We're still going to keep our data analyst working in an office. And let's go ahead and say electric lime. We'll go ahead and just take some of its recommendations, deep violet, and then finally burnt orange. And let's see what we get here. All right, so this is a true masterpiece, right? We still have that underlying Van Gogh DNA, but it certainly looks a lot different. Look at those geometric shapes coming out of the light. Obviously, our color palette is very different. It's a very intense and mind-bending image. But it's pretty cool, right? AI tells us exactly what we can tweak under the hood to modify the DNA of its output. And the same is true of business use cases. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of those. If you're finding that you struggle to get AI outputs exactly how you'd like them, check out our prompt engineering course on the Maven platform or Udemy. It'll teach you skills like this and others that help you use AI more effectively. So most of you are probably thinking, that's cool and all, but I don't need to paint like Van Gogh. I need to be more effective at work. Well, the same way that we deconstructed a painting into impasto and color theory is how we deconstruct a business problem with AI, meta-prompting. Let's take a look at having AI help us with a SWOT analysis. For those of you who don't know, SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Imagine you're the founder of Stride, a new fitness app entering a saturated market. You aren't just looking for generic advice, you need strategy that accounts for the DNA of both the fitness industry in 2026 and your specific company. If you just ask, give me a SWOT for my fitness app, you'll get generic points like strength, easy to use, or threat competition. It's a generic AI image all over again, flat and useless. Let's take a look at a very basic prompt. Here we're saying, give me a SWOT analysis for my new fitness app called Stride. It uses AI to help busy people work out. List the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And so all of a sudden, it's telling us exactly what it thinks we want to hear about our business. The strengths are AI-driven personalization, efficiency focus, low friction, data scaling. Weaknesses are algorithmic quality, lack of human touch, right? It's giving us all these factors, but quite frankly, we haven't given it much information about our company or the specific space that we're in. But it's pretty confident in its recommendations. And this is where meta-prompting can really help sharpen AI and your own thinking about a problem. Let's try this instead. I want to conduct a professional SWOT analysis for my fitness app, Stride. Before you generate anything, tell me exactly what information you need regarding my target demographics, tech stack, monetization model, and competitor landscape to ensure this analysis is as precise as a McKinsey report. Generate a meta prompt that I can fill in to assist you. All right, and our response is, to produce a McKinsey caliber SWOT analysis for Stride, we need to move beyond high-level observations and into granular data-driven insights. In 2026, the fitness landscape is defined by hyper-personalization, wearable interoperability, and AI-driven retention. So what it needs from me, the who, the pain, core architecture, intelligence layer, and so on. But at the end, we get a meta prompt. So I've gone ahead and filled this in. And to be clear, I actually just had AI fill this in. But we went ahead and filled in our product mission, our target demographics, tech stack, monetization model, competitive landscape, constraints, and so on. And to be clear, when AI gives you a meta prompt like this, you might not know all the information, but that's going to do two things. One is it's going to help you start asking the right questions and finding out that information. And two, even with incomplete information, you're still going to get a much better output than you would if you simply provided a very generic prompt of your own. So let's go ahead and submit that meta prompt and see what we get back as a SWOT analysis. And so now we get a much more relevant strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat matrix. We have defensible proprietary tech, a high-value demo, holistic data ecosystems, but we also have a specialized talent dependency, hardware constraints, and other weaknesses. You have strong opportunities and threats. I'm not going to dive into this in depth because this is a fictional company, but you can see that the quality of the output you get when you use meta prompting is much stronger because you're basically setting yourself up to provide all of the detailed information about a specific problem that AI could use to solve it most effectively for you. So just like with our Van Gogh example, we didn't just ask for a result. We asked the AI to identify the variables that lead to a masterpiece. When you provide those specific answers, the SWOT model moves from a list of bullet points to a tactical roadmap. Stop guessing what AI wants and start by asking what it needs. If you want to learn the full framework for deconstructing any task, from image generation to business planning, check out our prompt engineering course. Thanks for watching, and as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, what meta prompts have you found useful lately?